Yo! What's good, everybody? It's your boy King Don. I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to be doing what if Deku had the 10 rings. So I saw Shang-Chi and I thought that movie was so great. So I decided to do this what if. I don't know when this is coming out, but hey, here's the what if. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm gonna start this what if about 100 years in the past. So I'm gonna say Shang-Chi's father is gonna be like Izuku's father. So no. Hazashi's gonna be like the Mandarin, but he's not gonna be a hero and he's not gonna be a villain. Instead, he's gonna be a hero. He's gonna be the hero name called the Mandarin, one of the first generation heroes. He was obviously the most powerful one, and he was actually there for quite a bit of time. He was actually the first person to help with One for All and all that stuff, and also his fight against All for One. He was able to help All Might with the final battle, to defeat All for One and all that stuff. And after that battle, he actually decided to, maybe settle down, and that's when he found Inko, and they decided to have young Midoriya, and that's the story. He put away his 10 rings, and now he has, he's no more. You have eternal life and all that stuff. He's just normal, apparently quirkless. Well, he is quirkless. Yes, just has the 10 rings. Quirkless Hasashi Midoriya. So now I got that out of the way, let's get started into the story. So Izuku, as in the anime, would be bullied by Bakugo and all that stuff. That Izuku, he hasn't got his quirk yet, and everyone started to tease him about it, especially Bakugo and all that stuff. But one day Bakugo just took it a little too far, where he used his quirk and kind of jumped Izuku with his friends. And Izuku came back all bruised and battered, and Hasashi would come to Izuku's aid and say, "Izuku, are you okay? What happened?" And he'd tell him the situation and the encounter he had with Bakugo and how they used these quirks and all that stuff. Izuku would be sad and say, "Dad, why don't I have my quirk yet? Why can I not just be like everyone else and have a quirk? Why me? I just wanted to be a hero. I wanted to be like All Might." And all that baby stuff, all that stuff. No, not really baby stuff, but Hasashi, hesitant to even help Izuku, decides to, and he tells Izuku that, "Okay, son, I wasn't gonna tell you this, but yeah, might as well." And he tells him that he used to be a pro hero called the Mandarin, and he used to be a pro hero and actually did work with All Might and all that stuff. He wouldn't tell him about One for All and how that works and all that stuff. And he wouldn't even tell him about the 10 rings yet. So yeah. But he has decided to teach Izuku martial arts to be able to, defend himself against Bakugo and not be pushed around just because he's quirkless. So one day Hasashi would take Izuku to outside the backyard, and he'd start teaching her how to punch and kick and all that stuff. And the first couple of days was slow and all that stuff, but eventually he started to pick up the pace, rapidly. And Izuku would actually start to learn faster and faster, with Hasashi seeing his potential and actually being intrigued. Seeing that Izuku's learning quite faster, he would enhance the difficulty by every day, making Izuku go on long runs, doing unmeasurable amount of push-ups, punching a log until, punches a hole through it, and tense training for hours. And Enko, seeing this, would be somewhat worried, saying, "Izuku's quite young. Do you think he'd be able to handle this?" And he's like, Hasashi's like, "Yes, I do believe so, because our son, he's something else. I just showed him what he could do. This is all of his free will." it just really shows how much he really wants to be a hero. And as a father, I can't disregard that. All I can do is just help him. With Inko seeing this, like hearing this, and she agrees, because I mean, he looks so determined. So yeah. So Izuku, after 1 year, has become very good at martial arts for his age. So at school, cause he gotten cocky and all that stuff, Izuku's gotten a little more cocky and all that stuff. He'll go and challenge Bakugo straight to his face, like, "Bakugo, I challenge you to a fight." But Bakugo just laughing, saying, "The quirkless loser Deku wants to challenge me to a fight?" And everyone just laughing at Izuku. But Izuku's taking a stance and he's like, "Yeah, since I'm quirkless, it should be able to beat me up. So just come here unless you're scared, Bakugo." And Bakugo's like, "Scared? You think I'm scared of you?" And he would bring out these, explosion hands and say, "Alright then, Izuku, you wanna fight? Let's fight!" And Bakugo throwing the first punch with the, left hook? Right hook? One of the hooks. With Izuku realizing that and easily able to counter that, grab his arm, slamming right to the ground with tremendous strength for a 5-year-old. Everyone's like, it's flabbergasted of how Izuku was able just to flip Bakugo over like that. Bakugo was in immense pain, but he decides to get up and say, kind of shake it off like nothing happened. But in reality, he's in tremendous pain. He's like, "Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Alright then, come on then, Izuku." Bakugo trying to throw more punches, but Izuku easily evading them and throwing punches back. And, Izuku's just kind of clowning him around. And while this is happening, Hazashi is actually walking past the school going to pick up Izuku. And he sees this fight going on. And he just has this angry face on his, angry look on his face. And he shouts, "Izuku Midoriya!" With Izuku stopping his punch and looking back, and he just sees his dad standing there. "Come here, young man!" And with Izuku being so scared, because he's never heard his dad scream that loud at all, or none of that stuff, or look that angry. So Izuku puts Bakugo down and starts walking him slowly. He's like, "Yeah, Dad?" And he says, "I did not teach you martial arts so you could just beat up this kid. I taught you in self-defense and to help people. None of this nonsense." And he's like, "But Dad, what's the point of me getting it if I can't use it?" "Izuku, if that's what you really think after me spending this much time teaching you this, huh?" And he's like, "But Dad, if I don't have this, well, if I can't use it, what's the point of having it?" He's like, "What's the point?" If you don't see the point, clearly you don't deserve to have this. And Izuku's kind of mad, but he's like, "Let's," and Hazashi saying, "Let's go." But Izuku, being more cocky, says, "No! I'm finally able to defend myself, and you're mad at me for it? You're mad at me for it? How is this even possible?" And he's like, "Izuku, you better shut the f-" I'm joking. Nah. He's like, "Scream at me one more time, and you'll regret that, young man." And it's like, "What you gonna do about it?" With Hazashi being mad, he's like, "Okay, what you gonna?" With him rolling up his sleeves and he's like, "Okay, you think you're so good, Izuku? Come. Alright, come at me." He's squaring up with his own son, and Izuku's like, "I didn't bet." And he runs to his dad, trying to throw punches and kickings, with Hazashi blocking it with one finger. Saying he's not impressed, and he's like, "Weak. Not even equivalent. This is not what I taught you." Just degrading him and all that stuff. With all the kids watching it, and Bakugo on the floor kind of beating up watching it too. And Hasashi's just degrading Izuku. And finally, when Izuku's just had enough and kind of gasps for air, grabs him by the collar and says, "You see, son? This is what martial arts could do. Cause this much pain and suffering. But it doesn't have to be that way. It can be used in a way to defend the people that can defend themselves, not to inflict pain. Alright, Izuku, remember this, alright? Our abilities are not used to inflict pain, but to protect people from this pain. Alright? And he throws him to the ground and says, I said, let's go. With Izuku actually taking this to heart, realizing what he's done was not good. So first, before he left, he went to Bakugo, with Bakugo kind of putting his hands up, kind of afraid he's going to hit him again, and he bows his head and he's like, sorry, Kachan, I didn't mean to. And he runs away, go back to his father. Bakugo seeing this, he's kind of conflicted too, feeling embarrassed, but also somewhat memorized and also inspired by the words Izuku's dad told Izuku. So yeah, that's gonna, affect Bakugo's character a little bit. So Izuku would go back home and be scolded by his dad, and he would actually be told that he's gonna stop martial arts and all that stuff. But Inko, hearing this, kind of agreed with Izuku that he should continue. I mean, the boy made a mistake. He didn't know it was clear, and they kind of convinced the dad to let Izuku do martial arts again. So yeah, so Izuku's gonna be taught until the beginning of the anime. So he has about 10 years of experience of martial arts and basically learns every single way how to kill a man, but actually not do it. And he also somewhat got his own hero training from the OG hero himself, the Mandarin, And he was also told a couple of unheard stories of All Might's, his time as, encountering one of the first villains, All for One, all that stuff. He knows about All for One, but he does not know about One for All, just in case. So it's the beginning of the anime and stuff, and they're all in class, and the teacher starts to announce all the stuff, like the careers, and like everyone throws the papers in the air, and everyone's like, oh no, you want to be a hero, and starts reading out applicants for you. Wait, he calls out Bakugo, with everyone knowing it's Bakugo, and he calls out Izuku Midoriya, and this time people don't laugh out loud, but kind of snicker to himself, like one half of the class teasing him and other half saying, could be possible. I mean, he is kind of like a karate machine. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a debate in the class. With Bakugo not really being pissed off this time, because he's firsthand seen what Izuku could do. And ever since that day, they haven't fought or even talked to each other one bit. But Bakugo, since that day, has been training and taking those words to heart, and actually is a better person in this what if. So after class, Izuku does not get bullied by Bakugo or none of that, so he goes walking home. He's gonna go through the same tunnel as usual and get attacked by the Sludgeman, but this time he's gonna avoid the Sludgeman's first attack because he is kind of aware of his senses and all that stuff. So Izuku would keep dodging the Sludge Venom, with the Sludge Venom just constantly saying, give me your body, kid, I need it. I didn't know that freak was in town. And Izuku does not care and just kind of making jokes at him like Spider-Man would. But Izuku still has not found a way to be able to stop this guy, because every attack he throws is just, sludge. It's just sludge. So Izuku decided the best way to survive this is to escape. So he kind of draws the Sludgeman to a certain location and he dodges it and just starts to run while looking back at the Sludgeman, and he actually hits someone, falling to the ground quite hard, and he looks up and he just hears, sorry about that, young man. You gotta watch where you're running these days, huh? Oh, but there's no need to fear, because I am here. Step out of the way, young man. Texas Smash! It's All Might. And he does the same thing he did in the anime, and he destroys the Sludge Venom. Izuku seeing this, and he's like, it's All Might. It's the guy that Dad fought with. It's him. the guy that defeated All For One, and all that stuff. And Izuku is just kind of freaking out, kind of like it's All Might. It's All Might. And he has All Might for an autograph, with All Might giving it to him. And before All Might left, Izuku asked All Might a question. He's like, wait, All Might, before you leave, I just want to ask you. He's like, yes, young man. And Izuku's like, how was the fight with All For One? With All Might just having this shock and like, did you just say All For One? It's like, yeah, I mean, well, how was it? Like, how was it experiencing? Like, was he like scary? And with Izuku just and like asking a bunch of questions, with All Might still confused how he knows about All For One, disregarding his time limit. It's like, hey kid, how do you turning into Small Might form? And Izuku's like, what the? Who are you? Where's All Might? And he's like, relax kid, alright. I'm All Might. And he explains his condition of like how he kind of tucks his belly in like a guy at a pool and all that stuff. With Izuku just been like, wow, okay, wow. And All Might, okay, disregards like, wait, how the heck do you know about All For One? That's classified information that no one in the public's supposed to know. So who the hell are you, kid? And Izuku's like, well, since it's you, man, you guys did fight together. I mean, I'm not supposed to tell you, but I'm actually the son of the Mandarin. And All Might's like, wait. You're the son of Hazashi? Wait, Hazashi? Oh, Hazashi. It's been quite a while. How long has it been? Well, probably 15 years. Wow. How's he been doing? Wow. And it looks like, I guess fine. I'm not really supposed to tell you, but he's like, no. Me and Hazashi go way back. I'm sure he's told you about me. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know Hazashi settled down. That's where that old fart went. And you're his son. Wow. So did you take over his like ring things? Izuku's like, ring things? What the hell are you talking about? And almost like, crap! He doesn't know what to do. Nothing. Sorry about that, kid. I'ma just hand this Sludgeman in, alright? Make sure not to tell anyone. Tell Hazashi I say hi. With him fast walking away, with Izuku still being confused, like, what the hell is the 10 rings? And he goes back home and he's just still thinking about the 10 rings. The hell is that? And he walks in and with Inko greeting him, hey Izuku, and his dad saying, good morning, afternoon, son. How's it going? He's like, hey dad, well, I met All Might today. He's like, All Might, how's he doing these days? Well, I mean, good? And he's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I also may have told him that I was the son of the Mandarin, and All Might, and with Hazashi's, Izuku, I guess that's fine. It's All Might, alright. Alright, just head to your room, alright. And it looks like, yeah, but, hey dad, can I ask you a question? It's like, yeah, shoot. What the hell is the 10 rings? And as Izuku asks that, just a loud crashing sound just breaks through the house. And then suddenly you just see a dark, shadowy figure. He would say, it's been a while, Hazashi, hasn't it? The theme music starts to play, and Hazashi just has this intense face, this intense look on his face. It's like, All For One, And he's like, it's been a while, hasn't it? And Azashi's like, what the hell are you doing here? You know what happened last time. Why would you come back? Why to my family? It's like, I just wanted to pay you a visit and get those rings of yours. They are quite useful. And Azashi's like, over my dead body. And he summons them out of where, just like, you know, kind of like Thor's hammer, let's just say. It just comes bursting out of the box, just straight into his forearms. And it's like, over my dead body. And All For One's like, okay. And he shoots those black things at him, stabbing him in the shoulder, with him just kind of breaking it off and attacking All For One. And he shout, Izuku, get your mother out of here! Go as far as you can! And Izuku's like, okay. And he grabbed his mom and he just started running out there, because, you know, it's pretty fast, you know. He's pretty fast. Let's just say, let me set these standards. All right, let's just say Izuku right now in his martial arts strength, he's at the peak. You know, he knows most basically every martial arts there is. And you guys might be in the comments, no, he doesn't know every martial arts because it's a changing. I don't give a crap. All right, he knows every single one of them. All right, and let's just say in strength, he's about equivalent to Captain America's strength. And his speed, he's basically, let's just say he's super serum kind of strength. Let's just say Izuku's there, you know. He's past peak human, because, you know, let's just say his father's genes mixed with his mom's quirk genes to give Izuku this super genes. He does not have quirks, but his potential is quite up there. Anyway, so Izuku's running away with his mother, just dropping her off to the closest hero, and he's like, yo, can you, there's a villain attack, there's a scary villain in my house. And he's like, okay, contacting all the police to tell him to go there and stuff. Well, Izuku's still being scared for his dad. He starts to run back, but meanwhile, Hazashi's just fighting All For One as best as he can, throwing, you know, using the 10 rings like his dad, like Shang-Chi's dad is. I forgot his name, bro. I'm just gonna keep going with Shang-Chi's dad. Just like that, on his forearm, not as free-flowing like Shang-Chi's. Yeah, on his forearm, throwing the rings and everything with All For One. Like, they're quite interesting. Just kind of having this dialogue and all the history and stuff, and telling him what he's gonna do after he kills Hazashi. He's gonna kill Inko, he's gonna kill Midori. Just kind of, you know, making Hazashi even more mad, you know, bringing up emotions he had of the day they defeated All For One and all that stuff. So Hazashi finally throws a big attack on All For One, sending all the 10 rings into his stomach, which shoots him right into the air, with Izuku even seeing it himself. With Hazashi using the strings to sending up right into the air, actually just higher than him, and shoots the 10 rings yet again into his back, sending him straight to the ground, which actually decimated their whole house. With Hazashi landing there, using the 10 rings to cushion him, of course, staring All For One's body is like, this is when you die. And then suddenly it crumbles and it turns into goo off one's body, and he's like, wait, what? And suddenly stabbed from the back. This is All For One. It's like no, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh my god. Wow, okay. Clones, quite useful, aren't they? I met this fella that can make clones. Quite useful. It's been a long run, hasn't it, Mandarin? But I think I'll be taking your 10 rings now. With him taking out his blade and, you know, actually forcefully taking off the rings, but they can't. They fuse to his arms. So All For One's like, okay, if you say so, and freaking cuts off both the dad's arms and just takes his arms, and it's like, this will do. With Hazashi in tremendous pain and Izuku seeing all of this, kind of hyperventilating, don't know what to do. And just in the heat of the moment, he starts to run right at All For One, screaming. He's like, "Give me the house!" With Izuku throwing a punch at All For One, actually hitting it in the face, which actually hurts All For One, and he grabs his dad's arms and he's like, "Dad, you were it!" And the dad's like, "It's okay, Izuku. Take the rings and get out of here." He's like, "Dad, I don't take the rings, get out of here." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he was able to take them off, let's just say. No. Hazashi made them go onto Izuku. Hazashi made them go onto Izuku's forearms, and he made Izuku just run away, and he did. With All For One being in, let's say, tremendous pain, and seeing the rings are gone, and he's drawn so much attention, and that he heard All Might's on his way, decides to dip. Still kind of satisfied that he was able to kill off the Mandarin, but unsatisfied that he was unable to get the rings. So Izuku, has the 10 rings now. So yeah, Izuku is just conflicted at what happened. He just saw his father get stabbed and he's dead, and he feels like it's his fault. And All For One came and attacked him, and he just feels overwhelmed. He does not know how to feel. So a few days later, and they have a funeral for Izuku's dad, and everyone, basically almost every pro hero was there that knew of the Mandarin and was inspired by him. And also almost, quite a bit of people that the Mandarin saved, it was there. Even All Might was there. Bakugo was there because he was a fan of the Mandarin. He was just surprised it was Izuku's dad, and it all makes sense to him why the words he said, the words that he said to Izuku that day was so inspiring, because that's his favorite hero. All Might would actually give a speech, saying how a great hero and actually father, and all that stuff, and all that. Eventually, the funeral will be over with Izuku, being the only one there, actually just staring at the casket and just feeling responsible, until he feels an arm and hand touch his shoulder, and you look back and it's Bakugo. But Izuku's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And he's like, "I came to pay my respects for a great hero, and I had no idea he was your dad." He's like, "Yeah, that was the point of keeping it secret and all." He's like, "Yeah, I guess I get that. I know, Izuku, we haven't really talked in a long time, but I can't imagine losing my dad, and I just want to be able to be there for you, to have someone to talk to." And Izuku hearing this is kind of like, "Oh, okay, I guess." And Baku's like, "Come on, how are you feeling, man?" And Izuku's like, "I feel responsible. This is all my fault. I should have been able to stop that. I could have stopped him." And Baku's like, "Oh man, I know you must feel responsible, but there's nothing you could have done." And Izuku's like, "Maybe you're right, but there is something I can do now. I can kill All For One." And Baku's like, "Wait, you gonna kill? Who the hell is All For One?" And Izuku's like, "Are you gonna help me?" And Baku's like, "I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I'm talking about, will you train with me? Will you help me get stronger? Will you help me become a great hero?" Baku was like, "I will help you train. I'll train with you. I don't run away from a fight, but don't get it twisted, my guy. I'm gonna be the greatest hero of all time." Where Izuku just kind of smile and be like, "Alright then. Since you're down to fight, meet me at this beach. 6:30, sharp. Don't be late." Bakugo's like, "Alright then." So the next day, they arrive there with Bakugo's like, "So what the hell are we doing here?" Izuku's like I said, we're training. your UA exams in 10 months from now. And I don't know about you, I'm not trying to be weak when we get there. So I'm trying to train. Alright? And I need a decently strong partner, and I guess the only one that was available was you. So you get the idea? And Bakugo's like, okay, I see the idea. Alright, let's skip the jibber jam and let's fight already. Where Zuko just laughing, he's like, I guess so. With Zuko whipping out the 10 rings and putting it on his forearm. It's like his dad, like Shang-Chi's dad in the movie, and just going to fighting stance and laughing at Bakugo's like, let's do this. With them running each other and freeze frame. Oh my god, can't speak in. Freeze frame. Oh my god. Freeze frame. That's what we have today. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was part 1. What if Deku had the 10 rings? I hope you guys found that interesting. I really find that interesting. Yeah, you know, I think this what if has, you know, great potential. So yeah, and I'm back hopefully after my 6 months hiatus. Let's just say, a lot of things happened. I mean, I'm gonna make a video on that. And, well, maybe someone else. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Well, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's been King Donald signing out. Peace.